Hey everybody, it's Tammy from Wisconsin. How are you doing tonight? Tonight I'm going to talk about, do you have a clear intention? Now, I want you to understand what I'm talking about when you have a clear intention. A lot of people might call it goal setting. And I really don't like that word goal setting. I mean, goal reminds me of soccer or football, which I really like. But it seems to me that when you have a goal, people, it's something to shoot for. And I really like to call it intention. What do you intend to happen instead of setting a goal? So, do you have a clear intention? So, why is it important to set a clear intention? Because I believe it's the most important thing you can do. You're not going to get anywhere unless you do have a clear intention. Do you realize that only 3% of the population actually set a clear intention? And you know that the 3% that do are the wealthiest in the world. So, does that give you a clue why you need to set a clear intention? Now, years ago, when we ran one business, we used to have phone interviews with people that would want to join our team. And the first thing we would ask them is, what would they like to achieve when they have their own home based business? What kind of income did they want? And do you know how many times we heard, well, I want to make a lot of money? So what is a lot of money to you? How clear is that? So then we try to get them to be more specific. We'd say, so are you thinking how much you want to make a month? Do you know how much a month it would take to, if one of your intentions is to not work anymore and strictly, work your full-time home-based business full-time, how much money would that take? You know, what surprised me then was how many people actually didn't know how much they made a month, how much they would want to make a month to be comfortable. I mean, a lot of people, when I think it's a difference between being wealthy and being a worker, because a worker, they think, okay, dollars per hour. How much am I going to get paid per hour? And that's all in the head. Most people didn't know how much they made a month or a year, but they knew how much they made an hour. And that's the difference. Either you want to be wealthy or you want to be paid by the hour, and you only have so many hours, and you're only going to be paid so much unless you're some lawyer or a doctor that gets, and still they're paid per hour, and there's only so many hours in the week. So it really surprised me that people really didn't know how much they wanted to make a month, and if they don't have that intention, then you're just not going anywhere. So a lot of people when they first think of what they want in their life, it comes to money, right? But I think the second most popular thing that people talk about, what they want, is nobody's ever happy with their body. If you get in a crowd of people, everybody wants to lose weight, right? So you ask them, so what do you think you'd want to weigh? How much weight do you want to lose? Our son always talks about not even weight. He talks about percent of body fat because he's a fitness trainer, and that's really more of a key to him than anything else. And you ask people that, and they have no clue. I want to lose a lot of weight again. So nothing's clear. So how do you help a person? If our son, who is the fitness trainer, wanted to design a plan for people to lose weight, what is he going to do? Oh, well, this exercise makes you lose a lot of weight, a lot of body fat. Seriously, you need to know clearly, have a clear intention what you want. He needs to know when he sets these plans up, this person by this time wants to do this. That's a clear intention. It's the same thing. How do you build wealth if you don't know how wealthy you want to be? It'd be like going to a new city and not having a map, and well, I don't know how many people actually have maps anymore, but not even having an iPhone, GPS, or anything. Do you think you'd go somewhere without, if you had an intent to come visit us in Milwaukee, Wisconsin? Now, when you flew into the airport, you need to know where you're going, right? You have to have a clear intention. It's the same thing with your wealth, with your weight, with anything you want to achieve in your life. You need to have that clear intention. So I think a lot of people just don't realize how important it is. And then what happens is, you just go through life doing the same thing every day. And nothing changes if nothing changes, right? And so, getting past let's say you understand, I need to set a clear intention. So why don't people do it? I think one of the biggest reasons is they don't know how. Where do you start? So we teach people that every day. So if that's something you want to learn, you understand now how important having a clear intention is, and you want to learn how to do it, have information to join our team down below or get more information. We're here to help people, and we do it on a daily basis to help people set a clear intention of what they want it to build wealth, or if they wanted so many hours at home, whatever it is, we'll help you do that. So the number one thing is, how, and we'll teach you how. The second thing is taking the time. That was my biggest thing. For years, I knew. You read any self-help book, and what are they going to tell you? You need to set a goal. Right? That's the first thing anybody's going to tell you. If you want to change things in your life, you have to know what you want to change. And people just don't take the time then to sit down and write it down. So that's the biggest issue is just do it. Just like Nike, just do it. And then I think the last thing I think people have a challenge with is, I know a guy who's, when he sets his intentions, he usually puts these huge intentions out there. I want to make $1 million in, 60 days, because you read in all the books, you can do anything if you're, I'm not one of those Pollyanna people that think so, you just get an idea in your head and it's going to happen. It takes a lot of effort, but this guy's done it over and over again, put these big intentions out there, and then after a certain amount of time, of course, doesn't work out for him. And now what is his attitude? Well, it's just a bunch of BS, right? I don't believe it anymore. I've done it over and over again. It never works for me, blah, 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 blah. So, when you get to that point where you haven't done it correctly, or you haven't followed through, taken the action, just putting it down on paper is a huge part, but then you got to take action. And it's people like that. That's what happens is they've done it so many times, haven't taken action, and then nothing happens. So why bother anymore? So those are the big things is you need to have that, because if what happens if you don't do anything, nothing. Flat out, nothing will happen if you don't have a clear intention. You're going to go around in circles just like if you didn't have a map. So tonight, make a promise to yourself that you're going to sit down and dream again. Set yourself a clear intention. What do you want to change in your life? And write it down. And tomorrow, I'm going to teach you how to set a clear intention and how to achieve your goals. And, we can work with you on a daily basis. So tonight, write down your clear intentions. And we'll talk to you tomorrow. Have a great night.